What's up, everybody? It's your boy Dan in the building with Let That Be Known podcast. We here, man. Another thriller, man, in Minnesota. Dallas versus Minnesota goes down to the wire, and Dallas pulls it off. We're here to talk about it. And here's my co-host.
Hey, what's up, fam? This is your boy John. Man, make sure you grab yourself something to drink, sit back and relax, and let that be known. Sports. Hey, what's up, fam?
We had a thriller, man. We had a thriller in Minnesota, man. AE, man. AE Anthony Edwards came out scorching hot. I mean, he could not miss. 24 points in first quarter. Um, he went berserk. But Dallas was able to stay in the game, man. They stayed close. And Anthony Edwards actually went scoreless in the second quarter, and so he kind of burnt out and fizzled out. But also Dallas defensive adjustments also played aid to that as well.
Mhm.
Um, and so we're going to talk about that and dive into the adjustments that was made in the game, and also we're going to talk about um, where do Dallas go from here as far as the chemistry, as far as um, how we were playing offensively. I thought we did a good job of involving others, but we still ran a lot of single high pick and roll, and we still want to see some of that off ball action that we were seeing in the first game versus the Spurs. So we're gonna get into all that. We're gonna get into the thrills, and we're gonna get into the haters too. We're gonna touch a little bit of everything, man. So sit back and chill with us. Sit back and rock with us, man. And we're gonna cruise through this thing, man, and really just talk about everything that happened in the game, man. This was a big time game. Minnesota came for their get back, and it was evident. You can tell. But man, what was your analysis, man, on the game?
Man, it was a test that we needed to start this young season to see what we made of. Even though we're still building on our chemistry. We got players getting their legs on the bus, but to persevere, persevere, through their initial onslaught. Because Anthony Edwards came out blazing; he could not miss, and to withstand that, and to settle in, on the defensive end. Um, Man, it was amazing, man. Shout out to the Mavs tonight, man. For sure.
Man, they showed a true heart of a champion, man. Um, they started off kind of shaky. Luca had a very pedestrian game according to his standards. He played pretty, he didn't play that well, but when the money was on the line, he stepped up. And of course, Kyrie was already cooking, but he stepped up and helped Kyrie close the deal. And also not that, but the defensive effort, like the stops they got when they needed to get them, was big. But we're gonna get into this first quarter. So Anthony Edwards comes out blazing. Like I said, he had 24 points in the first half. I mean, the first quarter, and he was benefiting off of Dallas trying to fight over screens. So Dallas wasn't switching. Dallas was trying to fight over, and so as soon as he come off the screen, he was just immediately pulling up and not allowing the guy to get back into the picture. And so I'm yelling as I'm watching the game, "Hey, just switch! If a guy's
Hmm.
cooking like that, you have to just switch and you have to almost treat him like a Steph Curry now, where you just got to switch it because any little daylight, he's pulling." And so Jason Kidd made that adjustment in the second quarter, and Anthony Edwards went scoreless. And I said, finally. And when they did that, now it forced him to either have to create something one on one and half court, and Minnesota is just not a good half court team.
Mm-mm.
You know, they're decent at it, but they're just not good. They thrive when the pace is up, when they're able to get out and run. And I like what I saw from PJ Washington. Like he took a concerted effort to say, you know what, I'm gonna make sure I am a part of the game. Like he wasn't looking for Luca or Kai. Like when he got the ball, he was pushing it. And I was like, wait a minute, man. But he was pushing it and then good things were happening. Like
Thanks.
he was taking the shot confident. He hit some good threes tonight. Or he was driving it. And so um this was a very well balanced game for Dallas. Seeing that Luca didn't play well, Clay didn't really play well. Um so, you know, you needed the others to chip in. And as of right now, as the season stands, the only problem that I have with the team is we struggle with a certain type of bill, a certain type of player. We're good with the guards. We'll be even okay with bigs. We struggle with the Kevin Durant type of players.
Mm-hmm.
The tall,
The length.
lengthy, can shoot, can dribble. Like we struggle with those type of players. Like that's a bad matchup for us. Not saying that we won't get better at it, but that's a tough matchup for Dallas right now. But other than that, like they're at a good stepping stone, a good building point. You can kind of see, you know, the potential of this team. Like man, if they can kind of put it all together, you
Mm-hmm.
know, including Luca, Kai, Clay, PJ, the bigs, and the bench. Like if they can get all of those guys to working like they envision, like man, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be really, really tough. Um, and you know, it was just a quick analysis of that. And just them not going to sleep. I don't know if you've seen it, but like it's almost like a cockiness to Dallas. It's almost like an arrogance. I'm not sure which player is bringing that to the locker room. I'm not sure if it's Clay. I'm not sure of who is bringing that to the locker room, but everybody's walking around with this type of arrogance or,
With that swag,
you
man.
know, this type of like, we like that. And like, we can be like that whenever we want to be. And it was just like, when they were struggling in the first quarter, you know, it was no panic. Everybody was just walking around like, yeah. Or they turned the ball over. It was like they was just laughing about it. And I'm yelling at the screen like, stop turning it over. And they laughing and joking. And it was just an arrogance. But once they started clicking, it was just like, oh, okay. It's like, and then you can kind of see it on Minnesota's face, like, oh shoot, like here go the Dallas of last year. Like here they go. Like here go this Luca and Kyrie dynamic. That's such a problem. And I agree with Stan. This is the most skilled offensive backcourt of all time of Luke and Kyrie.
It's hard to stop, man. For sure, man. It is hard to stop. Um, it's already hard for one of them, and one of them going like how Kyrie was going tonight, and then Luka came through in the clutch to seal the deal. Man, that is hard to stop, even on a even on an off night for Luka, man. As long as it's still time on that clock, he still can impact the game. Um, and he 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 still shoots it with as if he's cooking the whole night. Especially with in regards to the shot that sealed the deal, man. You shoot a 30-footer with the way you've been shooting all night, and there was no hesitation in it. It
Not only
was
just 30-footer, but you're stepping back like it's off the dribble. Like that's crazy, man. To take that type of shot, like It's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's crazy, man. You know, so the score was 120 and 114. Of course, Kyrie, he cooked with 35. Luka had 24. Ant Man had 37. Uh, Julius Randle had 20 for them. Um, the hard fought battle, man, and I think it's probably the matchup that we're going to see in the Western Conference Finals this year. Um,
I don't know
that's my prediction.
because I think they got worse by letting Cat go. To me, Cat at that power forward position was a much harder cover than Julius Randle.
Well,
As long as you got somebody to deal with the physicality of Julius Randle, you're gonna be fine. But
now,
like with Cat, his versatility of him shooting 40% from three and also able to post up, like that's a problem.
but
And
my thing with Cat, man, he just ain't got no dog in him at all.
no, he don't have no dog in him.
So I mean, yeah, the skill set is there, but when it's time to to come with it, he's
I
gonna
say this:
fold.
I much rather face Minnesota than OKC. much
Okay, I
I
agree with
much
you there.
rather face Minnesota because to me, as of right now, Anthony Edwards is all they have. To me, like if Ant have a bad game, it's gonna be bad.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. But I think the way Denver looks,
We ain't putting Denver
you
in there,
know,
man.
the way they
I
look,
I put LA over Denver.
I would too. I would too. I mean, Denver looks bad.
LA looks good. The only downfall of the Lakers, they don't have a bench.
They don't have no bench, man.
So
And
like
then they relying so heavily on
on
a
LeBron
40-year-old
and
old
AD,
man.
well you on AD too. And so
Man,
if God forbid if one of them go down or they
you
don't
know, A-
play,
but,
like
but you
you're
know,
gonna
AD,
struggle.
AD is gonna go down at some point. It's just a
It,
matter of when.
I
It ain't an
mean,
if.
history shows us that he's gonna miss some games. Even LeBron missed some games last year. Like age is catching
Hmm.
up. Like he sat out with an ankle injury,
Yeah,
and it kept him out for at least 2.5 weeks. And so like he's getting older. Like it don't heal like or I can't take it like I used to take it.
used to. Hmm.
So that's their biggest issue. If they could make a trade to where they could bolster their bench and get some help on the bench, they would be a tough team to face. But as of right now, they just don't have the bench play. Like tonight, Dallas bench, like the way they came in and contributed, like to a slow. Like they didn't. It's easy for a bench to help when you're doing good.
Yeah,
Like you want a bench to help when things ain't going good. Like it ain't going good out here.
good.
We need a spark.
We need all
And
hands on deck.
for what Dinwiddie did, Quentin Grimes, Najee Marshall, Derek Lively, like these some big guys that are coming off the bench. Like that can come in and make a difference. So like you need a bench. I don't know if I believe in OKC's bench.
Who was on their bench? I don't even know who's on their bench. That is a good question, man. Yeah, who's on their bench?
So I guess um
Ooh, so they still got Isaiah Joe on their bench, Cason Wallace. So they just really full of guards, really.
I mean that was their whole downfall last year. That the only big they really had was Shet.
They got
And
Chet
so
and Hardenstein, but they got Chet
Harnstein
playing the four.
Harnstein he had an injury, so he's not gonna be back for a while.
Oh, so he's out. So
hmm
man,
And
they are
so
really guard heavy.
Then if you bring back Hardenstein, if you start Hardenstein alongside Shet, now things change because it limits your driving room.
Mm-hmm.
Because now Hardenstein at five, he's going to be hanging around the paint, which is going to automatically keep a big in the paint with you.
In the paint.
And so that's going to be a dynamic they're going to have to try to figure out as the season goes. Um, and Shea is not a big time playmaker like that to where he just really makes you pay for helping. He have a few assists, but he's not a big double digit assist guy.
Right.
He's gonna get his 30 and it's just gonna be like I got 30.
No,
But he's not
that's
gonna like I got 30, I got 8 assists and he's not that. But it's gonna be something they're gonna have to figure out. Um but I haven't really seen, maybe the Pelicans if they can stay healthy, but
not sold on them, man. I'm I'm really not.
um I'm trying to think of the teams in the West right now. Oh, the
Uh,
Suns. I would probably give Suns.
Suns.
The Suns are
Yeah.
going to be tough. Um, but their biggest issue is health. Like Bradley
Mm-hmm.
Beal gonna be missing some time. He gonna miss.
Missed the game of the night.
He gonna be missing, and then KD and Booker can go down at any time. So like they're very injury prone guys. You know, and I forgot we didn't have Maxi Kleber tonight.
Man, we just talked about Maxie.
And we was sitting there joking. Maxi is legit at home.
Maxie is in Dallas.
Maxi sitting there. He was pissed off. He had to play that five position. Maxi said, Maxi didn't even show up to the game.
Mm-mm.
Normally, you
Max,
show up in street clothes and you cheer the team on at home games.
yeah,
Maxi didn't even come, and they said it was a precautionary thing.
man. That man said, I'll be here when y'all get back.
I trade him too. You
No,
want to
man.
you want to be petty like that,
Man,
but I
we
think
got
I
one more
think
on the plane for you. I'm
I
good.
think Dallas I think Dallas is going to make a trade. I don't think it's going to be a big mega trade, but I think they're going to
Hmm.
make a trade so that they can get one more useful guy coming off the bench. Because right now you got Omax, you got Powell.
Anybody
Um,
want pal? Anybody.
I mean, I'm saying, but they are like really not useful to you. Like they're just there.
So
Um,
do you think they trade for another big or another wing or
I mean, I don't think they're gonna trade for another big unless it's a stretch big. They're not gonna trade for another big body. You got 2 7 foot centers. Like if anything, you're gonna trade for something that gives you versatility. Like he could play five, but he can also stretch. He can shoot. Like you trade for something like that. But if not, it's gonna probably be another swing guy, like a small forward, power forward type of guy that can just be useful. Like man, he brings use. He can shoot. Shoot.
hmm
He can defend his tail off. He can. This is gonna be another useful guy. That's why they was trying to get Bruce Brown.
wouldn't mind having Bruce Brown, man.
They was trying to get Bruce Brown. They was trying to um, get a guy like that. Um, I wouldn't mind getting another athletic guy if they can get a Finney Smith. Um,
Yeah, come on home, Finney. Come on home.
if they can get a Finney Smith or just an athletic wing that can defend and shoot the three. Like you can never have enough 3 and D guys. Guys who
Well,
can
that's fact.
defend at a high level and who can hit a three. Like like we seen
Uh,
it tonight. Like Quentin Grimes and them, like he defending and then coming down, hitting a three. You can't have enough of those guys.
Facts.
Or Spencer, playing good defense and then shooting three. Like we didn't have that last year. We had
Mm-mm.
Derrick Jones Jr.
Yeah.
and some games he was on. Some
He
games
was
he
on
would be hitting. We were like, oh shoot, yeah, we unbeatable. Then it'd be other games it'd be like,
a lot of them
man,
games. It's just
it'd be him and Tim Hardaway, and we be just sitting there shaking our head like, boy, I don't know how. Like Luca and Kyle was a magician to get the finals with the lack of shooting we had. Just think about it.
that
Clay broke a record for 3-point shooting
in 3 games.
in 3 games. That
Facts.
shows you the lack of 3-point shooting we have had here in the organization. Like you finally get a guy who can shoot the ball at a high clip.
Nah, man. Um, but you know, the way our bench is currently, even if we don't make a trade, man, it's a really good bench, man. The competition is there for minutes. If you're not producing,
For sure, for
your
sure.
minutes going somewhere else, going elsewhere. Um, so I do got a clip from Jason Kidd, Dallas Mavericks head coach, speaking on this very matter, man. He was straightforward and matter of fact about the matter, and I like it.
Let's check it out.
Jason, speaking of kind of some of those guys off the bench, there's been different guys that have been the first one off the bench in that guard rotation. What are you looking for guys to earn minutes? Guys like
Can y'all see
Hardy,
that?
Q Dots.
Can y'all see that?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, I couldn't see it on my end. My fault.
Jason, speaking of kind of some of those guys off the bench, there's been different guys that have been the first one off the bench in that guard rotation. What are you looking for guys to earn minutes? Guys like Hardy, Q Dots.
Yeah, they gotta be positive. If you're not positive, you're gonna have a seat. It's just the name of the game. Got too many guys. And so that's what we're looking for. If you're positive, you play. Nothing's changed since day one. We had guys here last year who were last signed, weren't in the rotation, and they gave us some positive minutes and found themselves as starters. It's just the nature of the game. We're in the business of winning, not feelings. And so you guys can have your opinion about who should be in the game or who should start, but it's about who's playing well, and that's what we're looking for.
That's my coach. That's my coach. That's my coach.
I like it. I like it.
Boy, that's the music to. That should be music to all Mav fans' ears. To have a coach to say, "Who's ever hooping is going to play. If you're producing, you will play. If you're not producing, he said you're gonna come over and have a seat." Those were his exact words. If you're negative, you're gonna have a seat. If you're positive, you will play. It's just that simple. We in the business of winning.
Winning, not about feelings.
This is a coach that understands that he has a contending team, and if this team fails to reach their mission, he's going to be the one under scrutiny
Facts.
because you have all this talent, and it's up to him to make it work. Like if this goes to crap, like the coach is always the first one to go.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're not moving players. Like they're gonna bring in another guy. You have enough talent to definitely make it back to the finals for sure. And I
Facts.
believe with this team, I believe Luca can give Boston
Shout out,
everything
Kate.
they can handle.
Getting in the building.
Hey, facts, Kenny, let that be known, kid. That was kid gave it 100%. If you're not hooping, man, you ain't gonna be on the floor. Like we're not
Facts.
just gonna put you out there because you're popular or we feel like that. Everybody wants you to play. Like man, no. Like Hardy got out there and he was on that BS, and I was like, oh man, he getting out here turning the ball over. He doing all kind of stuff. He going back to the old Hardy. Hardy out.
Yeah. Yep. Facts, Kenny. We got too many people to sub.
That's what he said. He like what? So what you think about that? We got a lot of people. Like it's a lot of it's a lot of people that can actually play. So like when you're running like almost 5 to 6 people deep on your bench,
Hey.
like it's a lot of people that can like it's not like last year. Last year we was thin on the bench. So we had to play people that were sorry, that wasn't
Facts.
producing. So like Tim Hardaway Jr. wasn't producing, but he still played because we didn't have nobody
Yeah, and
else,
nobody else. Facts. Yeah, man, Hardy only played 4 minutes.
and that's good. That's good. That's good there because he was
That-
trash last game and he was trash tonight.
yeah, come on over and sit on here next to me.
I have Hardy so hard in that doghouse. I go
Nah,
buy him a dog. I go buy him a doggy mat
come on, come on, come on.
and say, hey, you want to play like this? You sit right over here with me. You in the doghouse. I guess I'm a little bit too rough on players, but hey, like man, you getting paid millions of dollars, man, to come out here and hoop, and this is what you gonna give us?
You come out here with this, knowing, knowing it's people that's right there after your minutes.
Facts. Dinwiddie was waiting on you
He
to
was
come out there
waiting.
and turn that
He was just
ball
over
over.
there. He was quiet, didn't say
As
nothing.
soon you turn that ball over, he starts
Ball.
smiling like, "Oh,
Yeah,
I got
okay.
you.
You know you're neffed up, right?
You messed up, man. I got you."
I got you. And I'm
Now
gonna
you're
produce
gonna
when I get in here.
now
It's Dinwiddie's to lose.
it's Dinwiddie's to lose. Now you're not gonna sniff the floor until Dinwiddie starts playing bad.
Facts.
And Dinwiddie's looking at it as a veteran, like, okay, I see what it is. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
production. So he's going out there, he's being smart. He's not
Smart.
turning the ball over.
Mm-hmm.
He's taking good shots.
Playing within the offense.
He's playing within the offense. So he understands as a veteran, unlike you, you're a young fella. So you're like, man, I'm trying to ISO, I'm trying to do this. It's like, nah, young fella.
That get you on that bench over there.
It ain't gonna get he got him on the bench. He was over there with Powell, trying to figure out what they're gonna eat tonight. Man, they got any good food in Minnesota?
That's older. You know they ain't got no good food in, man.
Man, they ain't
It's
got nothing there,
cold.
man. They ain't got nothing out there but snow and a
And
mural
soup.
of George Floyd.
That about
I'm
it.
sorry. I'm sorry. I
That
shouldn't
about
say
it. Man, come on, man. You just come on, man.
that. Oh man. Shout out to George Floyd and his family.
Yeah, shout out to
But
the
that's all
family,
they
man.
got. They
Yeah.
don't have a lot in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Minnesota is not a place that you would want to reside or
Yeah.
play.
Yeah, it's not somewhere where you go to travel. Nobody says, "Oh, let me
It's
go to
definitely
Minnesota."
not a tourist site.
So
It's one of them states you forget about. Honestly, like
just
just think about it, like Wyoming. Like you forget about like
mm-mm.
Wyoming or things like that. You forget about those states.
Montana. Yeah.
Montana, Rhode Island,
Maine.
Maine. You forget about those.
Mm-hmm.
Even Delaware. Like you forget about
You
you
forget
know
it's a whole state.
you forget about those states like that. In our mind, it's really only like 15 states.
Mm-hmm.
No,
That's
that's
facts.
for sure. That's facts, kitty.
That's that's a for sure
Zion
right
know
on there.
all the good eateries.
Let that be known.
Zion look like he got snacks on the bench. Like he turn
Man.
around to the coaches. Hey man, y'all got my pretzels?
Let me go on slot number 2.
Yeah, man, that like he know where all the good snacks and eating at. He messed up and got drafted down south. They should have sent that boy up north.
That's the wrong. I think that was like out of all the places you could have drafted them to or sent them to, the one place.
I mean, any place down south. Had he came to Texas, had he came to Louisiana, had he came
Yeah.
to Atlanta, any place down south was down south cooking. Like it was the wrong thing for him. He needed to go to Utah. He needed to go to either Minnesota or Portland. He needed to go somewhere up there. You
Yeah,
know,
somewhere destitute. Yeah.
he didn't need to. You know, he didn't need to. Do that because that boy body weight fluctuate.
No, that's facts, man. Especially you got issues like that, man. When you put food before your money for your millions.
Man, you do
But
that. If you put food before your millions, man, I think you put food before your family.
and in a sense, that's what you're doing anyway.
Boy, don't you ever commit no crime with Zion, cause he gonna take that Happy Meal in there, and he gonna be telling. Zion gonna be in the interrogation room with that bag of McDonald's.
Dingling, bro. All right, man. What do y'all want to know, man?
He gonna come out with this sandwich. Like, man, what they say? Oh man, they didn't want to know nothing about me. Nah, he right. They did not want to know anything about it.
But you sure gonna tell it?
Tonight, I thought tonight I give him credit. I thought Gafford was better tonight
Mm-hmm.
than Lively was. Um, he was more physical down there,
Which we needed.
which we needed. I thought Lively was caught up too much in the mix instead of being intentional.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but he's a young fellow. So we'll see how that goes as the season progresses. Um, Najee Marshall was strapping up, but I'm gonna need him to hit these layups. Cause this boy
And
drove
yeah,
that lane and finger rolled that thing and missed
and
everything.
missed everything. Oh,
I
for
said,
three.
Lord, how you going there for a open layup, son, and just finger roll that thing, and it didn't hit nothing.
But shout out to him, man. He had a clutch
Hey,
still at the end on Ant
shout out.
Man.
When he got out there,
Um,
he needs to strap up. He strapped
we did not have that. We haven't had that in
since
quite some
Sean Marion.
time. Sean Marion, yeah. Deshaun Stevenson, them type of cats we had. That was the last time we
Like
had.
people keep talking about like Derrick Young Jr. Like he was a good defender, but he wasn't like strapping nobody.
He fouling
Like,
too much, man.
but he was good. But he was light in the pants.
Mm-hmm.
What really made him a good defender was he got long arms and he was athletic.
Yeah.
That's kind of what made him a good defender. You know, he wasn't like, I'm stopping you from getting here. I'm stopping you from getting there. I'm gonna make you take this type of shot. He wasn't that type of defender.
No.
So people kept saying what we missing. I'm like, man, y'all think Buddy wasn't no lockdown like that, man. He wasn't taking cats out the game.
My question is, what's he doing in LA? Don't worry, I'll wait.
I mean, he's doing the same thing in LA. He's shooting them bricks and he playing good defense. He plays good defense, but they make it seem like he's an elite defender. Like he's not
Nah.
elite. You know,
No, no, he's serviceable. He's pretty good, but just
like he played really because we really just didn't have nobody else.
right. Yeah.
Especially
So
with Tim Hardaway Jr. started pulling that crap he was doing, and then his daddy gonna talk about we disrespected him because he need to be starting.
okay, he's starting and they still over. Now what?
He gonna find somebody to blame.
Now what? What are you gonna start? What are you gonna blame?
Tim
Cunningham.
Hardaway Senior. He do not like taking accountability. He does not look at the situation and be like, okay, the reason why my son not playing is because he trash. Like your son fell off a cliff. Like I ain't never seen a player fall like that hard. Like Tim Hardaway Jr. started the season off as the leading candidate of six man. Midway through the season, he
Yeah.
was like on the bench. Like he was not playing.
Yeah. That's
And he don't play no defense too. Tim Hardaway Jr. He gonna
be
be
lost.
he'll be daydreaming.
Be lost. Yep, and right now he's averaging a whopping 13 points a game.
That's who Clay replaced.
A whopping 13 points a game.
You
Let
know,
me
so that's
see.
who Clay replaced. You know, even if Clay ain't hitting, he play good defense. He plays good defense,
He contributes in other ways.
or he
Um,
makes plays. He
Makes
went off the
plays.
dribble, made a
Mm-hmm.
good pass to Lively, like
Lively.
stuff
Yep.
like that. Like
Get the foul.
that's what
Yep.
I'm saying. Like you ain't gotta be. You're not gonna be hitting shots every game. Like everybody's gonna have off games. You're gonna go through tough shooting stretches. Like find other ways that you can contribute to the team, man.
It happens. Yeah.
Whether it's on a defensive end, whether you're hustling or you're making plays for others, um, just making high IQ plays, man. Understanding what's going on and where you can help, and so um, I applied Clay for that. Clay wanted to win too. You can see he really
Mm-hmm.
wanted to win because everybody was looking to this win to really see what the Dallas Mavericks really was. Is all the offseason, was it just hype? But now you against a real contender. Let's see what this is. And to go to their home arena and to pull off a tough win, you know, speaks volumes. Now I will say this, Minnesota. I don't know what y'all got going on, but y'all got so much liquid on that flow.
Man, almost took out your own players, man.
And then almost it was taking out there. Anthony Edwards, he stretched his cross so far. I said, boy, that boy voice went up
Man,
another octave.
no, man, I done done that before, man. And
And they asked him, be like, for all those who seen the Jamie Foxx show, Mark Curry asked Braxton, told him to say, he said, Sissy! That's what, that's what Anthony Edwards, that's what he yelled when he hit the splits out there on that water.
see, you're a big sissy boy, ain't you? Ain't you? Come on, say it.
And Dallas walked over and said, "You sissy, ain't you? You sissy." No, sir, I am not. Say it, sissy. That's what happened. He just split. And what was so funny, him and Randall both slipped,
Mm-hmm.
and they were mad, but they couldn't be mad at
Man,
nobody because nobody touched them.
nobody did it to y'all. Y'all,
It's
it's
just
y'all
so much
regular
liquid
flow.
on the floor. Y'all didn't inspect that floor.
Oh
I
man,
don't know if y'all got a leak or exactly where all the precipitation was coming from. I don't know if people failed, they just didn't wipe it good, or exactly what was happening there. Where people was slipping and sliding. Because when Dallas was going that way, Dallas wasn't slipping like that. So
mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what was going on with that. So I don't know if it's y'all roof started leaking all of a sudden or what, but um, I don't know, man. But that would have been jacked up and had that been a season ending injury.
Facts.
Um, you know, um, due to negligence. You know,
Nah, man, that could have been really detrimental, man, for them. For sure. Um, I mean, there's things like that. That kind of stuff can be, prevented, man. You
it
got a super,
should
you
it
got a,
should be prevented.
you got a, your franchise player, your superstar out there, man. You got to make sure those type of things is not a factor. Um, cause that could have really ruined y'all season right there for
I
sure.
mean, your investment, you got millions and millions of dollars into these guys,
Hmm.
and like that floor should be immaculate. Like
Facts.
you know, this is why everything around the players are so immaculate. The locker room, the flights, because you're trying to protect in your investment. Like I want my investment to be in the best environment as possible, so that I can recoup on my investment. Like That's why you fly private. I don't want
Hmm.
I don't want them sitting there going through all this TSA and stuff like that, and you freaking late to the game because you stuck in TSA,
TSA. Yep.
you know, stuff like that. So, or even like players, a lot of players travel with their guns,
Mm,
and you
that's
can't
true.
do that if you fly commercial. Like, only way that you can do that is if you fly private. And it's understandable that they fly with their guns because you worth millions of dollars,
Dollars. You become a
and
target.
you don't want to be caught nowhere, naked. You go to these cities or whatever, and you might go out to eat with a teammate or whatever. Like, hey man, we got time. We leave the hotel, go to a restaurant, and you never know what happens.
Yeah.
Even though you do go to a nice neighborhood, you never know, what happens. So, yeah, they travel with their piece, or even shoot, being in the hotel. People come sneak up to your hotel
Man,
floor.
these folks crazy nowadays, man.
Now you got somebody outside your hotel banging on your door trying to get in.
Facts.
And the last thing you want to be doing is sitting there naked with
Well,
nothing on you,
no,
and
you don't
you
want to
trying
be
to
late.
call the police.
Mm-mm.
You know, you want to be calling the police with your piece in your hand.
Facts.
Like, hey, I'm calling y'all, but if he break through this door, it's over. It's
It's over.
over.
That's gonna be a wrap.
So, but now they do, even though the NBA try to be against it, but a lot of NBA players come out and tell them like, yeah, it's a common thing. That's why the whole Gilbert Arenas like gun in the locker room was so taboo at the time, because
Yeah,
at the
ain't nobody
time,
doing that.
people hadn't heard about it, but Gilbert was like, yeah, it was a common thing. Like, it was nothing to have a gun in your locker, or you
Hmm.
know, we kept guns at the arena, you know, or we kept our jewelry at the arena. Like, if we finna go to the club, we would take our jewelry off
Leave
and
it there.
lock it up in the arena,
Yeah.
or we'll lock our gun up in the arena. Like, it was nothing to have a gun in the arena. It was always guns in the arena. But you never worried about nobody shooting nobody because you're a millionaire. Like, not gonna be shooting people, but I do want protection.
Right.
Like,
Nah, man, that's facts, man. You don't want to get caught out there late, man. Without some protection, man. Like I said, these folks is crazy. It's crazy out here, man.
I mean, just think about it, man. Like, most games are over 9, 10 o'clock at night, sometime 11, and you're driving home, leaving the arena. You don't
Yeah.
know who might follow you.
And people crazy enough to do it.
Last thing you want to do is pull up to your house and somebody get out with a firearm. That's what happened to a young guy in Dallas. He was a ball player. I believe his name was Emmett.
Hmm.
Somebody followed him and ended up, shooting him in the driveway.
Driveway, yep. That's facts, man. And he wasn't even a big prominent player. Um, just
He played mostly overseas
overseas. Played in the Big Three.
in the big three. But he got some money. People see it. They see the car you're driving. They see what you're wearing on your neck. Or shoot, they might just see you on TV. Like, oh, that's
Hmm.
homeboy. And like they just like, hey, you a lick.
Facts. No, man. No, man. Especially in that. I mean, I just say just the everyday guy, you still gotta have that protection as well. But even so, more so for those guys, man,
Yeah,
you gotta have something on you, man. Either
yeah.
that or have security with you.
You want
Cause
protection, like even like you said, even the everyday guy. Like, if you're at home, man, the last thing you want to do is somebody break into your home with a firearm and you ain't got nothing.
facts.
That's the last. That's the last thing you want to happen. Or you hear somebody kicking your door in, or whatever. Now your heart racing.
Hmm. No, that's facts, man.
You know, that's the last thing you want to do. You want to be in confident. Like, I want to go grab my piece and like, hey, as soon as this door swing open, I'm letting them go.
Send you right back through that though. Nah, that's facts, man. Yeah, that that should almost be one and the same, man. Just like you carry your wallet everywhere or whatever, you need to carry that, or or have some security around you that can do
But you,
that.
but you know how these, now the older vets do, but you know how these young guys do. They had their homeboys around, like trying to have their
Man,
homeboys be security, and man, they don't know nothing about securing you.
no, man. When you got that much on the line, man, it just some stuff that homies can't do. Now, unless you like my boy Kenny, uh, with that legacy enforcement security agency. Shout out to him, man. If you do need security, event security, personal security, he is your guy, man. You can look him up, man. He's on got Facebook, Instagram. Uh, hey, Kenny or Bria, make sure y'all put y'all website in the chat, man.
In the chat, put y'all link in there, man.
Put that
If
link
you
in the
do
chat,
need
man.
security, man, private
Security.
security. If you need security for a venue, they can do big venues, small venues, man. Parties, bar mitzvahs, if the money's right. You
Mm-hmm.
know, churches. Just put it in there, man.
What's
They
that
do it.
church?
They do a good job. Like honestly, like people don't understand. Like,
But you need them at church. Like my church, man. We got show enough police officers in there, man, for
people don't
sure.
understand. They're like, man, you took your gun to church? I'm like, yeah.
You better, man. You ever heard of a church shooting?
Like, bro, we in here praising God, and somebody walks in with a gun. Like,
Hey, man. Oh, so my bad, sis. Shout out, Bria. So they changed their name is New Legacy Private Securities.
oh, they doing a new thing. They doing a new thing.
Oh, they doing
So,
a new thing.
new legacy private securities.
Yeah, they say they'll provide all your security needs. So, man, make sure y'all check them out, man. They
They
got you
handle it,
covered.
man. They very professional, man. They handle it. They do a good job.
Good job. They all got nice boots. Do good
And
job, man.
it's a licensed agency, man. So it ain't none of this old fluky stuff that you be having.
These ain't no shade tree security.
Shout out to the shade tree. Shout out to the shade tree people. But no, they are professional,
They're
man.
professional. They got to
They
do
will get
everything
the
by the
job
books.
done. They will take care of all your needs, man. But looking at this Western Conference, man, um, is really a top three, top four teams that are really kind of competing for that. Um, they're right. I think it's going to come down to matchups. Um,
Hmm.
in the playoffs, like who you get matched up with. Um, it's going to really come down to that. I think Dallas is probably the only team that nobody wants to see. Um,
Yeah, I think we putting the world on notice, man. That yeah, we're not the ones you want to avoid us.
according to Charles Barkley, we're gonna be an A seed, according to Charles.
Shout out to the hater,
But Mr. Krispy Kreme himself was quiet tonight.
Mr. Churro.
Uh, we just want to see Anthony. We just want to see him Edwards just go to the hole. The hole, the
And
rim is round like a Krispy Kreme donut. Them churros, I guarantee.
yep. No man, especially this been y'all last year, man. You don't want to go out this wrong, man. This man going out just all the way wrong. Like from
Man,
what you seen, this is your prediction after what you ain't seen.
that's what you call picking with your heart and not with your head.
No
They
man.
already don't like Luca or Kyrie, so it really burnt them up inside when they was winning. It's like because they picked against them every series, so I
Every
know
series.
I know that you didn't really rock with them. So
Mm-mm.
you know, Even when Dallas went up, it's like, oh well, I think they still can come back. I think OKC gonna come back. It's like
Nope. Like you think Luca and Kyrie is gonna let them come
they
all the way
said that
back?
they said Dallas didn't stand a snowball's chance against Minnesota in the Western Conference Finals,
Well,
and we won 4-1, which should have been a
4-1.
sweep.
Should have. Should have. But you know the powers that be ain't gonna let that happen. But nah, man, that's it's gonna be it's on. We putting them on notice, man, for sure, man.
If like I said, and I agree with Jason Tatum. They asked Jason Tatum who's going to be in the finals. He said it'd be a rematch of Dallas and Boston.
Boston.
If all things play out, if Dallas stays healthy, I don't really see nobody beating them in a 7 game series.
No, that's facts,
Like
man.
like competition is going to be stiff. Don't get me wrong; it ain't going to be no cakewalk. But like in a 7 game series, a healthy Dallas, a healthy Luka, Kyrie, with the supporting cast they got now,
You don't want to see us.
I don't I don't really see it, man. Like I said, I think it'll be tougher if LA can get a bench. If LA can get a bench, I got Dallas and LA in the Western Conference Finals. If
Mm.
LA can get some help on the bench, like that's their biggest flaw right now. They have no bench. Just
But you know who their GM is though, right?
he say ain't getting nobody. But that's their biggest flaw. Like their bench, they don't have no production coming from the bench. Um, right now. So like that's gonna be their downfall if they don't change it. Like because your starters won't be able to just consistently uphold you without help from the team. Um,
I got a question for you. Let's put a number on it. How long before JJ Redick and Rob Palinka butt heads?
See, that's a tricky one because if they stay healthy, I think the Lakers are gonna make a good seed for the playoffs. And I think if they stay healthy and they make the playoffs, I think they won't butt heads to the playoffs because that's when your flaws really show. Because now teams are game planning against your flaws. So if teams know that you're weak on the bench, they're going to press that issue. Or it's just like if teams know you're small, like they're gonna press that issue. You know, or if a guy can't shoot, they're gonna leave him and make
Yeah.
him hit shots. So I think it's gonna come out much later. Right now they're able to get away with it because teams don't game plan that hard in the regular season. Not like the playoffs. Playoffs is a whole different type of game planning. It's a whole different type of mastermind. And so only
I
way that it would happen earlier if LeBron or AD got hurt. And now you're dependent on your bench to help you in a bigger way. Then it will butt heads because he'll be looking like, man, I don't have the weapons or I don't have the personnel. And then if Rob be like, so what?
so
Rob out there looking like the Jerry Jones of the NBA.
pretty much, pretty much, man. So I think I think the injury bug is gonna hit AD at some point, and that's gonna show. Um,
He
and I
looking
get
good though.
no,
I give him
no, he's
he look
balling.
he looking
Like
good.
that was never his issue. His issue has always been health.
They got
Um,
Christian Wood coming back.
man, watch out, man. He got women breaking all in his house and everything, man.
Oh man,
You watch out, man. See, man, LA. That's why y'all need Powell, man. Powell, man. He'll tell that man, you got to stay out the way, man. You got to leave these floozies alone,
man,
man.
I don't know how they do that, man. It's expensive to live in LA.
Yeah, no, it is, man. I just I can never see myself just living in LA like that, man. Um,
It's expensive.
it's way too expensive.
A
I
two
can't see
hundred
myself.
$200,000 house down here, boy, it's like 800,000 to a million up there.
Facts.
It's crazy.
$6 for a gallon of gas. Psh,
No wonder y'all catch an Uber.
I sure be Ubering it up. That's for sure. Okay. So Brill got a question for us, man. What do you what do y'all think is the Mavs' weakness and strengths?
Uh, well, I mean, the weakness right now is the 3-point shooting. Like we're not having good outside shooting. It was a little bit better tonight, but it really showed in the Phoenix game. Like the outside shooting wasn't there, and then two, just chemistry right now. Like we don't have great chemistry. We got a lot of guys still trying to find their way. Now the strengths, it's a whole lot of strengths. Luca and Kyrie is a strength. Clay Thompson is a strength, and then your twin towers are a strength. Having the size down there is a strength, and then the one that people look over is experience.
Mm,
The experience that Dallas got last year was so massive because a lot of those guys last year had never been to the playoffs. And so it was their first time ever being put in that situation or that type of environment. So for them to go through that, and then now you come in this year with a better team, I believe, yeah, it's going to be it's going to be it's going to be something to look out for. But our biggest strength right now is outside shooting because really outside of Clay, there's really hasn't been a consistent shooter on the floor, and so that's my biggest thing. What's yours, John?
um, yeah, I think I would say that as well. Starting out, and I think it will get better. But starting out, man, we're just not shooting the ball well, at all. You know, no, I'm glad that we do have, you know, the superstars that we do have, that we can just play off of, in spite of us shooting the way we're shooting right now. I mean, outside of Clay is like, like Dan said, is pretty much non-existent. The looks are
Facts.
there. It's great
Yeah,
looks.
yeah, you're getting the
Um,
open looks that you thought you would get.
it just not falling right now. But with shots they come and go. So I'm not too worried about that. And I think our strength is in, man, our numbers, man. Any
That's good.
night, man, anybody can step up, man, and
It
and
showed
impact
tonight.
the game. Um, I mean, look at PJ Washington tonight. The first couple of games he was kind of non-existent, and in these last two games, man, he's been coming with it, man. Rebounding, defense, playmaking, man. Um, he get the ball off the rim. He's not looking around to for Luka or Kyrie. He's pushing it.
Facts.
He's pushing it. And so um, his it looks like his rebound is going to be pretty up this year. It looks like he's going to average about 8 or 9 this year from what it's looking like. Playing that four position, so he's more on the block um, than usual. But man, the numbers we have, man, like the clip we played earlier with Jason Kidd, man. If you're in a situation like this where if you're if you're being negative, you're not gonna play. Most teams is not in that position. It's a matter of, man, this is what we got. Win, lose, or
Facts.
draw. This is all we got. So I mean, I like what we have. Shout out to Nico, man, for building this team.
Facts.
Um, in a matter of
By
what, 3 years,
3 years, by any means necessary.
by any means necessary. If it's a deal to be made, Nico is
Nico
gonna make that
he
deal.
on that deal for sure.
And
You know.
unlike our counterparts in Arlington, Mr. Wayne Jones,
Jerry Wayne, man, Jerry Wayne, boy. They
when
asked
he
Jerry, "Hey, would you take a winning season if that mean our jersey sales are down and ticket sales are down?" Jerry said, "No,
absolutely not.
that man
That,
value being popular over winning." So it
that
goes to
mighty
show
dollar.
you, like he's not willing to do whatever it takes to win.
No, that's facts, man. No, man. And then I like how if he can get you re-signed early, which would be cheap in the long run, he's gonna do that. Cause the way he
Well,
did that deal for Jaden Hardy,
that was a good bargain deal. 6 million a year, 18 million for 3 years. That's a
he could have got
bargain.
18 a year on the market.
Had he went to the free agency, he would have got at least 12 to 15, at least 12 to 15.
So man,
But or even how he handled the Derrick Jones Jr. deal. Like people don't understand like what all went down with that deal
hmm
because Dallas in the market. Dallas was in the market trying to get Clay, and they needed to sign Clay right away. But they wanted to sign Derrick Jones Jr. too. But Derrick Jones Jr. not only wanted to start, but he switched agencies
in the middle of the
in the
negotiations, yeah,
middle of the negotiation. And what happens is the NBA rule states if a player switch agencies, you have to wait a certain amount of time before you can renegotiate. And so
yeah,
what would happen is if Dallas had waited on that time, then you probably would miss out on Clay
facts,
because Clay wasn't going to wait no whole month and a half to see what you're going to do. He just would have went to the place where he can go. He probably would have went to the Lakers.
yeah, yeah,
And
especially him from him
boy, they could have
being from
used him. Boy, I ain't gonna lie. I'm glad he didn't go to the Lakers.
boy, sheesh,
I'm glad he didn't go to the Lakers. They would have had a bitch then.
they would have,
But no, that's what happened. And Dallas moved off of Derrick Jones Jr. quick, and then not only moved off of him, but found a good replacement, who I think is better with
hmm
his all around game. Najee Marshall able to handle the ball. He's able to defend. He shoots better. He's able to drive the ball, play make. So,
no, and I didn't know that he was that good of a playmaker, man. I know, I know him for his defense. Can hit the open shot, but the way he's able to play make, man, kind of like
but
what I said about PJ Washington, getting the rebound and able to handle the ball, push it, make a play off of it. He's not looking for the guard. Hey, let's go, let's ride, y'all. Let's fill these lanes.
but that
Um,
you have to go back and watch their games last year. Like he played a lot of point for them. Like
mm,
even though CJ was on the floor, he was initiating the offense.
offense,
And so when Dallas got him, I said, "Oh man, they got a real gem because you got a guy who can kind of be self-sufficient. Like he doesn't necessarily need to be spoon-fed.
right?
Like he can put the ball on the floor and make something happen." As well as like Dinwiddie and Dallas got several guys who don't need to be spoon-fed, but they can play off the ball.
Facts.
So man, it was a good win tonight, man. I'm excited. It was a telltale win about where we was as a franchise or as a team. Um, and I believe that this was a confidence booster to the team to show like, no, we are like that. We took
Facts.
their best shot and we walked them down.
Facts.
And then once we got the lead, we never gave it back.
Never gave it back. Stayed the course.
We withstand the runs, and so that was a beautiful thing to see. Good coaching by Kid. I'll give him credit. I'll be hard on him, but
Shout out J Kid.
good in game coaching. He made the adjustments, and Dallas, capitalized and executed. And so it was a beautiful thing to see, man. I think they play the Rockets Thursday. Uh,
Is it Thursday?
so I know the Rockets are gonna come in looking to fight, especially Dylan Brooks.
Bruh,
He love to fight Luca. He can't help himself.
bruh. Hey, but we got some dogs now.
No, he got dogs, but
We got some
he love to
dogs
fight.
now.
He love to fight Luca.
We got
And
some people
Ky-
that gonna
and,
stand on business
and Kyrie love to go at Dylan Brooks. So
and cook them. Let them cook.
um, Kyrie said he takes offense. When people want to go at Luca, he takes offense to it. So it makes him want to cook. So um, we'll be back, man, Thursday here
Yeah,
with the
I
Maverick game, man. Come lock in with us. Come tune in, man. Hear our analysis and breakdown of the game and what's going on, not only in the Mavericks but across the league, man. So lock in with us, man. We appreciate everybody, watching us. We appreciate everybody that tuning in with us, man. Like, share, subscribe.
most definitely, man. Appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. We love y'all, man. Make sure y'all tell a friend to tell a friend, man. As we grow this thing from the bottom up, man. We're on the slow grind, but we appreciate y'all staying with us and rocking with us. Make sure y'all hit that like, share, and subscribe button on the way out, and let that be known. Sports.